Football season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there, 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's going to take this down close to the 1st as he's brought down at the Patriots' 18-yard line. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Darnold completes it. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Rashawn Perriman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really haven't. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. Get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. And that's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Sony Michel, his first carry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
He'll buy some time right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
He was brought down at the...
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first.
An 8-yard.
It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. They'll turn to Michel as they go back to the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do
that all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
Touchdown.
Sony Michel. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They'll run with Michel. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The ball carrier.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try to defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And the Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. I have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Ten 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
10, Jets 7.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
56, the mark, boys, 56, check, 56.
Now Jones. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
Ball carried by number 21. The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. That is caught. It's Perriman. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Roger Perriman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jets are going to retake the lead. And oh, he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
And a Patriot 1st down.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Marquise Goodwin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Patriots have retaken the lead.
The extra point.
And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
56. Let's go.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. The shotgun snap for Darnold. He'll air this one out, and that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Roger Perriman on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard
line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Sliding out of the pocket. That's complete to a speedy wideout, Goodwin. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Marquise Goodwin with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Patriots 24, Jets 20.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
At the 34-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Darnold from the gun. And this is incomplete.
Darnold's pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 1.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
42-yard line.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
The tackle.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage. Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
The 47-yard line.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Darnold down to throw. Got a man. It's Mims. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. Darnold to Mims. 1st down Jets. So from the 36 now. 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On 1st down, Jones hit and the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Second down. Here's Hurts.
6-yard line.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 42.
The 2nd down pass. Intercepted. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
After the interception, here's Darnold. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That is into the hands of Perriman. Touchdown, Jets. Rashad Perriman in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are able to regain the lead. And that one gives them a 3-point lead.
Makes the score Jets 27, Patriots 24.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll throw now on the final play. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And it's Michel once again. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts, rolling to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get high.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 27 yards there, a first down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. Man open, it's Goodwin. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Now the second down throw on target. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
To Roger Goodell. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 1.
On third down, it's Jones. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. They had things a little spread out there with 4 wide receivers, and it opened up a running hole.
Yeah, not only do you get better running lanes because you are spread out, oftentimes when defenses see 4 wide receivers, they substitute in extra defensive backs, so you're blocking smaller personnel. That gives your running back a nice chance downfield against that type of a defense.
From the 50, it's Darnold. Incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to throw, Darnold. Hits his target, it's Taylor Gabriel. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Taylor Gabriel with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets are going to take the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, That should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase it.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now, it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
The ball carrier.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
They go play action with Hurts. They'll roll him out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The tight end, Dalton Keene, the target. Third down here. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Deep ball for Goodwin. It got his man, complete. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
Well, if you're a fan of offensive football, this game is for you, because this one's been much more like a tennis match than a football game. Back and forth, and there's another example right there of another big play in the passing game.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Mosley on the tackle. It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. New England on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. On the ground with a tight end. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
On the play. And a Patriot first down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Yards to go.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. They'll find Goodwin here on the right side. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Jets are going to get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. This now a chance at the very least to burn some clock following that 4th down stop. Points would be ideal for some breathing room, no doubt. And really, a field goal would be huge. That would make it a 2-score game. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Play to the running back.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
Darnold completes it, and he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Patriots 48-yard line.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
The Jets on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 10.
54.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Douglas with a grab over the middle. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 29-yard line. The Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. They'll run on first down. It's Jones. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
Again, the ball carrier.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Another carry for the
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard. The Jets on 3rd down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll go to Pirine, trying to pound it in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. LaMichael Pirine, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feet.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not.
2 yards.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
Incomplete.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 12 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 12. First down, Patriots.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. An excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But second down instead. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. That's out to his running back, Michel. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That goes for a gain of 31. Trying to pound it in here with Michel. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. And one of the whistles for a timeout.
3-yard line.
So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Michel on an island by himself in the backfield. 2nd and goal. Hurts sets up to throw it. That's caught at the 2. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Dalton Keene, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jets, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for New England, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.